Hello viewers, welcome to our Good Morning Tarot. Okay, I was looking at these crystal balls before we started our video, and what I saw here was a tall house on a sort of like a tall house on a place that is misty, a place where there are fogs. So the first thing I thought was, is it in a place that is a little bit high? Okay, and then looking at the other one here, it's in a field. The tall house seems to be in a wide field, so it is a solitary house. So somehow it's a very tall house, and there are times when this place would be foggy. Okay, well, usually an open field can also be foggy, so it must be a place where, yeah, a place that there are times it is foggy, and here it is in a wide open field, and it's sort of like a solitary house, like a barn or maybe a mansion, something that is big. It's not just an ordinary house, but something that is a little bit substantial. Looking at this one, the rose quartz, I saw a sea. First I said overlooking a sea, but what came to me next was something like it's across the seas. Okay. I don't know if you're thinking of a house across the seas that you might be missing right now, or you're planning to go to a certain house that has similar description, and you're going to cross the seas to get there. Well, if it resonates with you, or if you saw this in a dream, maybe there's a special message for you today. Okay. Now let's try to see what is our main energy for today. Okay, another day is beginning. New challenges. Wow, okay. The Empress. We have here the Empress. The Empress is somebody whose throne is in the field. Well, is it a castle in the field? And you are like a duchess or an empress of the field. Okay. The Empress is somebody who's in the field. So, and she seems to be, yeah, with a cushion. Okay. So she seems to be, it makes me think that could you be going to are you traveling to to a place with the similar description that we saw in the crystal balls, and it is to nurture yourself. It's something that you're going to because you're treating yourself, and I think it's very similar to our self-care tip for today. Later we will try to see. It's because the Empress is somebody who nurtures herself. She nurtures herself. She's not afraid to be comfortable, and she's very creative also. Maybe so that's another thing, no? It's a place that you can go to where you can be creative. It can be also that somebody has suggested of a certain place that is out from the madding crowds, okay, somewhere that is a little bit far from the city, and they are creating something new in that area. And maybe you are considering going there, and when you go there, it's an opportunity for you to nurture yourself also. So it's like, yeah, maybe somebody proposed you to go there. I don't know, maybe it's a job, or maybe somebody proposed something and it got your attention, and it's something that has sort of awaken your creative juices, no? And maybe it's a new project, something like that. And at the same time, if you would go there, it's like you will be also nurturing yourself in the process. Uh, this is what is coming to me right now. Okay. So yeah, uh, it's like the card is telling us that, and the crystal balls are telling us that there is a need for you to nurture yourself and somehow go into a something about going to a place that is out from the city. It can be also, yeah, for some of you, you'll have to, it's something that is far. For some of you, you will have to travel overseas in order to get there. But it is some place that will allow you to nurture yourself. Maybe allow you to undergo transformation, because the Empress is somebody who's very intuitive, somebody who's in touch with the divine. So somehow if you will go to that place, it will be something that will, yeah, something that will be beneficial to you. Okay, so this is what I can, this is the message that seems to be coming to me. Now there's going to be a lot of preparatory works in order to make this thing come into a reality. You see these people, yeah, it's as if they are trying to learn something. So it can be, is it a seminar or something, or a place to teach people? I don't know. It's is it a center for learning something? Just take if it resonates with you. Okay. Whatever it is, it promises brighter days. Okay, brighter days are the one that is coming to me here. It's brighter days. Well, there are a lot of stars. It's because what comes to my mind right now are Christmas lights. Or you know how it is when you dream of something and then there are glitters in that situation, as if they symbolize brighter days. Yeah, good days. Yeah, it's like going there. It's going to take some preparations, but it promises brighter days. No? And it will lead to a closing of a chapter. Okay, maybe a chapter that may not be right now. Maybe you are in a boring situation, or and then this thing will set you on fire. I do not know. No, this is a little bit specific right now, not this reading. No? But although this is applicable to all signs. No, yeah, there will be a closing of a chapter. And this closing of the chapter, people will have different reactions to it. Some will try to bargain for the chapter not to close. Some will deny it, or some will not want it to close. No? Just like the little girl doesn't want it to close. The bishop is bargaining. Some will be very excited, just like this little girl offering a bouquet of flowers. The one who is really, whose chapter is really closing, he has no choice. He just has to accept it. Okay. But if the chapter closes, a new sun will rise. No, there will be a sunrise. And the one is doing is it. I think it will be the universe who will be doing it. Yeah, because the night has arrived. No, death has already arrived. This flag is attracting my attention right now. It must be a historical place, no? Because I see here, this is like an emblem. And if a place has an emblem, it must have been a place that is very historical to whoever owns it. And it has it has a historical significance, and it is something that is related to something that is been that has held a certain history, you know, something that is significant, something that is not just an ordinary dwelling place. It's something that is historical, yeah, something that has history, something that has a certain prestige in it. Okay. So take it if it resonates with you. I know it's a little bit specific right now, but yeah, going to that place will allow you to nurture yourself and might even lead to your transformation. Uh, it can be also a new learning experience for you, and it will bring you better days. What comes to me here is better days. No? The Ten of Pentacles is it will give you better days. So for some of you, there is something about a certain place that is quite historical or has a certain dignity in it or a certain historical significance in it. Okay. So this is what I can see right now. But it's something that is related to you, something that will allow you to nurture yourself or undergo transformation. See, I think this is significant in your life. Whatever it is significant in your life, and it will allow you to evolve, okay, and will bring you happiness somehow. So this is what we can see for our energy for today. Okay, I hope it resonates with you. Let us now go to the self-care tips. Okay, for the self-care tips, we have here card number 22, and card number 22 is it says here, there are days I drop words of comfort on myself, like falling leaves, and remember that it is enough to be taken care of by myself. Okay, so it's like you don't need other people to treat you. You can also treat yourself. And there are days that you treat yourself. And I think it's very similar to the Empress, the main energy that we had for our card reading. You know, it's you should nurture yourself also. Maybe for some of you, you might have been working too much and you don't have any more time to care for yourself. Maybe what comes to my mind right now is maybe you are a very generous soul and you care about other people, and you're always open to serve, always ready to serve people. And somehow the card reminds us to also have some time to care for ourselves. It says here also in the lower part of the card, schedule 15 minutes in your day for a favorite hobby or activity with no objective other than to bring yourself pleasure. Okay, so at least spend 15 minutes each day just to nurture yourself. Okay, do a hobby or a certain activity that will just bring you pleasure and sense of fulfillment. Maybe also it's I think it's a message both ways. Maybe for some of you, you don't have any more time for yourself, and you should give yourself at least 15 minutes to just for yourself. Okay. For those of you who are indulging too much on yourself, maybe you should limit the indulging of oneself to 15 minutes a day. Okay. So it goes both ways. No? For those of you who are very busy, maybe you should spend at least 15 minutes to help yourself or nurture yourself. For those of you who are just relaxing and relaxing and relaxing, and somehow maybe you're already feeling, sometimes you will know if you're feeling that you are not doing anything anymore substantial, or you're no longer, you know how it is, you have the tendency already to be lazy. Maybe you could limit a little bit more the nurturing of oneself to maybe something close to 15 minutes, okay? It's for me, it's like temperance, you know, getting a certain balance. There is always time for work, there's always time for relationships, and there's always time for yourself, and time for the divine. Yeah, I think these are having sort of like little cubicles for all these activities I think it will make us feel more fulfilled and more creative, just like the Empress. Also, yeah, it's good also to have time with nature. Yeah, travel can sometimes help, but what we saw earlier can also help us regain perspective sometimes. Or sometimes even just a change of atmosphere allows us to have a change of outlook in life. Okay. Now let us try to read the internal self-care that accompanies this card. It says here, music as an art form connects deeply to our experience of emotion. Just like the soundtrack to a movie, the music you choose to surround yourself with, to surround yourself with at any given time has the power to reinforce or shift your mood and can be a powerful self-care tool for regulating emotions. Okay. So sometimes listening to a music is also a way to nurture ourselves. Okay. Today, observe your mood. Do you have a sense that you are on track, or do you feel listless, hopeful, fearful, up, down? Without judgment, make an active decision about how you most want to feel right now. Remember that it is okay if the feeling you desire is not a classically positive emotion. Part of the work of becoming more conscious and connected to yourself is the work of releasing judgment about certain human states you experience. It is okay to want to feel sad sometimes. It is also okay to want to cheer yourself up. You are the master of your journey. Now, choose some music to listen to that will enhance whatever emotional experience you want to have. And notice what happens internally as you listen. Okay, that's nice. If you feel romantic, you can enhance it by playing a romantic music. If you feel like your work, you want to go into your work with a sense of adventure, maybe you can even play the soundtrack of Indiana Jones or maybe Star Wars, something like that. Okay. Now let's go to the external self-care. Music can be a powerful connector and messenger between people and communities. Today, challenge yourself to share a song you particularly love with someone it reminds you of. No explanation needed. Okay. So you can also play a music that reminds you of someone significant in your life. Maybe a theme song between the two of you. Like, for example, when you listen to that song, it brings you to a place somewhere you and that person only knows. Okay, wow. Somewhere only we know. Well, that ends our self-care tip for today. I wish you all a great day, and thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again in our next videos. Um, I'm not sure. I think for today, our yes, our earth, our elements for today are the air signs. Okay, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And for our tarot to go, it will be Gemini, and our special reading, which is the four elements, will be Aquarius, and finally for our nightcap, it will be Libra. Okay, so today is air signs. Tomorrow will be the water signs, and then the next day after that will be our fire signs, and then it will be the earth signs. So as you see, every day we are giving readings to different signs. But the good morning tarot is always for all signs. Okay, well, that's it. I hope to see you again next time. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.